Welcome to News Alert on Capital Television. The World Health Organization has urged Africans to take precautionary measures in preventing the Ebola virus outbreak in their communities. Since 1976, this Ebola outbreak is the most deadliest, with 1,201 cases recorded so far, prompting the World Health Organization to caution people to minimize physical contact, as the virus can be transmitted through bodily fluids. The Ebola outbreak has already killed people in Guinea, Liberia, and Nigeria. Health experts say 90% of infected people die within 2 to 21 days of contracting the virus. In Ghana, although no Ebola case has been confirmed, citizens have been urged to adopt healthy habits to limit the chances of an outbreak. Since dead animals such as gorillas, monkeys, fruits, bats, and porcupine, when consumed, can transmit the virus to humans, hunters, cooks, and patrons of such meat are urged to abstain until the scare is over. Mourners are also urged not to touch corpses or shake hands at funerals to reduce the risk of spreading the virus through handshakes. Additionally, citizens are urged to wash hands with soap before and after eating, as well as using the toilet. But how informed are citizens about the outbreak of Ebola?
In fact, I haven't heard of Ebola. I haven't heard of it. I need to go through internet and then search what is this about, what kind of sickness is it, whether it's a catarrh, whether it's a cold, whether it's a headache. I need to know more about Ebola. I heard it this morning in my compound about this lady talking about Ebola. They were talking about the effects and then the cause of the Ebola. In fact, I didn't, because I was late, I couldn't take much information from them.
Okay, I didn't tell you already on the TV too, but I don't know the 17 of it. But I'm busy by Romus, they don't know the outcome of it.
Ebola yale no, almost a mua a womb room in the deba. It be ne apine, monkey, and other animals na. Yedino, no ne deba, no minimum on the by. Almost a yay apine every wahadum no yay, because the area ye be nebi. I mean, so even hypocrites and ya do be diary. And I just almost more in any day.
You don't have to shake, and even if you shake somebody's hand, you have to immediately wash your hands. I can't shake somebody I don't know. You know, in our Ghanaian culture, formally, if you don't even know somebody, you shake hands with the person as hospitality. But now, you have to be cautious who you shake and who you don't shake. You get me? What do you also mean?
A day after the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that businessman Alfred Agbesiwoyome refund 51.2 million Ghana cedi to the state, we asked a principal of the law firm Achampo & Co. what ramifications the ruling holds. According to Joseph Echampon, once the highest court of the land has given its ruling, the Attorney General has to initiate proceedings to retrieve the funds, expressing the hopes that the funds will be invested in key sectors such as health, education, and transport to benefit the general public.
I think the case was instituted by Mr. Martin Amidu, one-time Attorney General, and people call him citizen vigilante, because when he stepped down as Attorney General, he decided to actually go on the offensive, take on cases in which he thinks the state has been wronged, something like that, or has suffered some consequences which it shouldn't have. So Martin Amidu, in his quest to project the image of Ghana and to protect Ghana's assets and resources, sent this matter to court. And as you know, by the constitutional provision contained in Article 181, Clause 5 of the 1992 Constitution, it is required that before Ghana enters into any international contract with any entity for that matter, that contract would have to be laid before Parliament for approval. So the contention of Martin Amidu simply is that the contract that Woyome claimed that he had with government was an international contract and was not ratified by Parliament. So simply it offended against that constitutional provision, Article 181 of the 1992 Constitution, upon which the Supreme Court had earlier ruled in two other cases, particularly Attorney General versus Balkan Energy and another one, that those contracts were not international contracts because they were not laid before Parliament for ratification. So therefore, the government of Ghana could not actually implement anything under the contract. So basically, in line with that, Martinamidu took the matter to court. Unfortunately, he had a Supreme Court ruling in his favor. All that the state has to do, per the Attorney General, is to take steps to execute the judgment, as we lawyers say. So executing the judgment means that he will serve notice of the judgment on Martinamidu as required by law. Then he will take steps. If Woyome doesn't pay, then what we say is that the Attorney General has to go into execution against Woyome. Then probably she will look for his assets or anything, the assets of the company, whatever that he represents, take hold of them and sell them to retrieve the money. Now we have the LEAP, Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. We have the maternal program by the Ministry of Health. We have National Health Insurance. So possibly the government can put the money into all these things, maybe put it in a public transportation, put it in projects which actually affect the disabled, the vulnerable in the society.
Capital TV has been finding out from citizens what they make of the ruling.
It's a nice ruling because looking at the situation on the ground, you could see that the economy is too bad. So if the court has ordered Wyoming to refund that money to government chest, I think is good. Yeah.
I'm not buying any tea, but I'm saying court say the way I move for Tiascano, and yes, I say Tiascanti, court's own Tiascano. And the rest will tear because Omano bit media Puntujuma Momano, government bit my Puntujuma Momano.
Well, he must pay. And the money must be used for the school, development of schools, and then hospitals.
He should pay for it because it's taxpayers' money that was given to him that he, illegally collected. So he should pay for it. And even if he's not able to pay, I think he has properties. So all those things can be confiscated and then used because people are suffering. The pressure all over the country. It's a whole lot. People need that money for development. So that money should be collected. Because Ghanaians money, if even it will be collected and every Ghanaian will get something from it, I think it will be beneficial. So he should pay for it.
Kamenya mepie koni koterenche noni sa amamele law kona meklayi eje man BNP le enye yeskane kekene nye ona ni man BNP apé ko teachers apé ko menem apé ko nurses kanibi kona kwani micho afele ko na kaskai muna saneye mini no ya too so much na wona kaskai hale.
Flag bearer aspirant of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Akufo-Addo, has launched his campaign at Akotolante in the Ododo constituency for the 2016 presidential election amidst massive support from the party's members of parliament and constituency executives across the country. In a speech delivered to party supporters, Nana-Addo dismissed media reports that he was unfit to contest another election. According to Nana-Addo, his body is in good shape, mind as sharp as it ever was, stressing the competitive fire still burns in his belly to go do battle for the cause of the NPP. Nana-Addo further mentioned that he was the best bet to win power for the NPP and also to save Ghana from the current economic hardship. The presidential hopeful received endorsement from all the 34 MPP constituency chairpersons in the Greater Accra region, whilst MPP members of parliament who attended the event declared their support for his candidature, much against the party's ground for the campaign. It remains to be seen what action rivals candidates will take about the purported breach of the party's guideline, which forbids serving executives from declaring support for a candidate. This year's Homowo celebration promises to be better and bigger thanks to Capital TV. Homowo and Aldo event slated for 15th and 16th August, organized by Capital TV, is taking Homowo to the next level. The programs and project coordinator of Capital TV explains why all roads should lead to Manche Agbona, the venue for the Homowo Carnival.
Homowo itself is the Ga, annual celebration. It's a carnival, it's a festival of the Gas, it's well known worldwide. So that's what Homowa is. What's different about this year's Homowa is what we are going there to do as Capital TV. And our objective is to go and, support the whole festival and the whole culture and tradition and help amplify it and bring it through the power of our television network to the whole world, because we have a worldwide audience. We're going to use it to project the culture and add a few things to make it a larger celebration than it has always been. Countless number of artists. Castro was supposed to be the lead artist, but I think you know his case. We have reason to believe that he's still alive and he may be coming, so we're still looking forward to having him on the show. So that's not ruled out yet. We have Trickmatic, we have Screwface, we have Episode, we have Gas Miller, we have Adani Best, we have countless number of artists. There's so many artists who are going to be passing through. We have Tiny. It's just an endless list of artists. I can't give you the complete list, but it's a very long list of artists who are all very interested in becoming a part of supporting the program and making it a bigger festival this year. This is going to happen every year, actually. What the Ghana community should know first and foremost, that Capital TV understands, accepts, supports, and is very interested in projecting the Ghana culture. I think if you lived in Accra long enough, you know that the culture and the tradition itself is a bit challenged because of the number of visitors who live in Accra, so to speak. And we have decided, that we're going to help project this culture. We're going to help secure it to make sure that it doesn't go up, into extinction. And community knows, the chiefs and people of Ghana know that, must understand that we're here to support, we're here to help find problems to solutions within the community. So when we come over there, they can talk to us about what their needs are, and it is our primary objective to find solutions to community problems. We're part of the community. We're going to give to the community. We're going to help resolve problems with the community, and we are going to project the culture and the community.
Artists for the night will thrill the occasion till mom calls. Former GTV Breakfast Show co-host El Ankra is passionate about running a campaign to take care of children with autism. The Public Relations Officer of Fair Wages and Salaries Commission says he is ready to advocate for these unfortunate situations. He believes that the government cannot take charge of everything, so urged other celebrities to come out and support a campaign that will fight any problem in Ghana, praising Ochiame Kwame for his Hepatitis B campaign.
I'm really passionate about children with autism. This is the thing, science has still not been able to discover what causes it, so you don't know really what to do to prevent it. But when it comes, you have a baby, you've brought a child into the world through no fault of anybody's, and you have to love the child, and it's difficult to understand them. They have to be educated, they have to be integrated into society, they have to be loved and all that, and that can be a daunting challenge to most parents. So that's something closely on my heart. I'm also extremely passionate about educational institutions for the physically challenged, like school for the deaf, school for the blind, any school for the physically challenged, because all attention goes to the normal schools. But then the question is, how about these schools for the physically challenged? How do we get them to integrate into the society like everybody else? I'm very passionate about that, and I'm thinking seriously about doing something. But then I will be doing it with the Ochiame Kwame Foundation. No need to set up any new foundation. Once somebody is doing something, you put your weight behind it, and it's for the benefit of Ghana and the benefit of humanity, and God loves us all.